What's up, everyone? It's Wesley back with you today from Core 4 Sports, and today we are going to be doing our Week 17 playoff prediction preview. Last week, I released our Week 16 version of this, and I'm basically going to be going through the different scenarios we have to see what teams can make the playoffs and the likelihood that each team will make the playoffs. So with that being said, let's get started and let's get right into it. Hey everyone, I'm back. So, here on FiveThirtyEight.com, it gives us the updated playoff chances for each team to make the playoffs, win their division, or get a first round bye, or even win the Super Bowl. Here, as you can see the bubble teams who are in the blue with the percentage marks. You can see all the teams that have been eliminated, which are in the white, and you can see all the teams that have actually clinched their playoff position, who are in the blue. Now, if we go here, let's go to the NFL standings. This week you had the Chiefs clinch their first round bye. You had the Bills and the Steelers also officially clinch their division in the last couple of weeks. So those are the only three playoff spots that are locked in the AFC. Everything else in the AFC gets kind of crazy. So here we have the Titans with the 4, the Dolphins with the 5, the Ravens with the 6, and the Browns with the 7, all on the outside, all on the inside. But the Colts are the only team on the outside looking in. So if we go to our game predictions for this week, also from 538, we can see that the Colts have a 90% chance to beat the Jaguars. So if we go back here, if the Colts win, they have a 94% chance to make the playoffs, but still need help from someone else. The Steelers also going to be trying to win. They are not favored against the Browns. So let's say the Browns win that game. So if the Browns beat the Steelers, that means the Browns are in. The Browns win and they're in. Kind of crazy to say that the Browns could be making the playoffs. Yes, I know. Now let's go back here. Next, if we go to the Dolphins game, the Dolphins have a 23% chance to beat the Bills. They're going to have to, I believe, go on the road and beat them, and I really just don't see that happening. Yes, this Dolphins team is good, but yes, that Bills team is good, and they're still going to have something to play for. I mean, they're still going to have the 2 seed to play for versus the 3 seed. I'm not sure how important that is, but I do think that they're still going to be able to hang in there with the Dolphins and beat them. I think this 8.5 point spread is way too high. I do think it's going to be a lot closer, but let's give the win to the Bills right here. If the Bills win, the Dolphins then drop to a 16-17% chance to make the playoffs. But let's say the Dolphins win. If the Dolphins win against Buffalo, they're in. But only if the Steelers, I believe, lose. Actually, no. If the Dolphins win, they're in. Yes, if the Dolphins win, they're in, but they have to play a Buffalo team. So let's say they lose to that Buffalo team. Then the Ravens. Let's go to the Ravens next. The Ravens play the Bengals. Probably closer than people think, but I'll give the Ravens. They have a lot more to play for. Let's give the Ravens, and then if they win, they're also in. So let's also then go see how seeding would work. So let's clear this. So let's say that the Bills beat the Dolphins. Let's say the Ravens beat the Bengals. Let's say the Browns beat the Steelers. Then let's say, I would say the Titans should beat the Texans, even though that's going to be an inspired Texans team for some of them after what J.J. Watt said yesterday. Then in the AFC, let's say the Colts beat the Jags. And I would say that's everyone that matters here in this situation. Yes. So if all of this happens, if the Dolphins lose and the Colts win, that means you would have the Colts getting the final seed. But let's say the Dolphins win, then everything would hold, and this is what the playoffs would look like. So let's go to a Bills win and look at the matchups. The matchups would be Indianapolis would travel to Buffalo, Cleveland would travel to Pittsburgh. That would be a really good game. They would play 2 weeks in a row, kind of crazy, but also really cool. Then you would have Baltimore at Tennessee. Let's say, though, the Bengals shock Baltimore. Then Baltimore would be out and Miami would be in. So basically for the AFC teams, it's if the 3 that are in right now, let's clear this, if the 3 that are in right now of Cleveland, Baltimore, and Miami all win, they're in. But if one of them loses, and if Indianapolis can win, then they're in as well. Let's look at for this 4th seed between the Titans, because the Titans could, in fact, lose to the Texans. Let's say the Titans lose. And then the Colts win. Colts are your division champion, and now the Titans are the ones on the outside looking in. So let's now go to the NFC. So the NFC, you have the Packers with the 1 seed, Saints and Seattle as the 2 and 3 seeds. But this could all change. See, let's say that this week the Packers lose to the Bears who are trying to win and get in. Then let's say as well that Seattle beats the 49ers, and then that the Saints beat the Panthers. Well, if each team wins, then Seattle would be the 2 seed, Green Bay would be the 3 seed, but New Orleans would be the 1 seed. But let's say the Panthers are able to beat the Saints, then Seattle's the 1 seed if Green Bay loses. Obviously, though, if Green Bay wins, right over where they go, right here, if Green Bay beats the Bears, they're the 1 seed in the NFC. So a lot could happen there. Either 3 teams could grab the 1 seed, but it's more than likely that it will be the Packers. Now, let's go for the 6 and 7 seed in the NFC. You have a matchup between the Cardinals and the Rams this weekend. If you look at FPI from FiveThirtyEight, you see that the Cardinals currently have a 55% chance to beat the Rams and are a 1.5 point favorite on Sunday. I would actually give the edge to the Cardinals. Jared Goff's thumb is broken, and I really don't know how to think of this Rams team after last week against the Seahawks. So let's go and plug in the Cardinals to win. If they win, they're in. But if the Bears, then I think if the Bears win, they're in. But if the Bears lose, it's the Rams that get that last seed. Now, obviously, if Washington wins, they are in. But if Washington loses, then it's the winner of this Dallas-New York game that gets in. And if you look at the projections right now, Dallas has a 54% chance to beat the Giants, and Washington has a 52% chance to beat the Eagles. So really, it's a coin flip for either of those 2 games, and we won't know until the games are over on Sunday. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. This was a Week 17 NFL playoff preview. If you like this video, be sure to like down below and subscribe. We're always looking for more people to help out, so if you have any interest in helping with videos, I will leave my email for this channel in the description below. But other than that, thank you for watching, and this is Wesley from Core 4 Sports.